Good morning, ma'am. I am John Stoico, and this is my video discussion about Republic Act number 7942, an act instituting a new system of mineral resources, exploration, development, utilization, and conservation. And this is 116 sections, and we divided it into 4 so that one assigned to me to discuss is in section 59 to 87. And section 59, this is a part of development of mining communities, science and mining technology. So section 59, training and development. So training and development, ito yung pagsasanay at pag-unlad ng isang epektibong programa ng pagsasanay ng tao at dapat hikayatin at sanayin ang mga Pilipino na lumahok sa lahat ng aspeto ng operasyon ng pagmimina. So, Section 59, Training and Development. A contractor shall maintain an effective program of manpower training and development throughout the term of the mineral agreement and the mining operation, including the management for highly technical and specialized mining operation. The contractor may, subject to the necessary government clearances, employ qualified foreigners. So, ito yung mga pagsasanay at pag-unlad ng isang epektibong programa ng pagsasanay ng tao at dapat hikayatin at sanayin ang mga Pilipino na lumahok sa lahat ng aspeto ng operasyon ng pagmimina. Kaya, yun yung mga kinakailangan sa mga training development. And section 60, use of indigenous goods. Use of indigenous goods, services, and technologies. A contractor shall give preference to the use of local goods, services, and scientific and technical resources in the mining operation where the same are equivalent quality and are available to equivalent terms as their imported counterpart. Use of indigenous goods. Ito yung mga paggamit ng mga katutubong kalakal o mga produkto. And Section 61, donation turnover of facilities prior to cessation of mining operation occasioned by abandonment, withdrawal of operation on public lands by the contractor. The latter shall have a period of one year therefrom within which to remove his improvement, otherwise all the social infrastructure and facilities shall be turned over or donate tax-free to the proper government authorities, national or local, to ensure that said infrastructure and facilities are continuously maintained and utilized by the host and neighboring communities. So, donation turnover of facilities. Bago ang pagtigil ng mga operasyon ng pagmimina na nangyari sa pamamagitan ng pag-abunda o withdrawal ng mga operasyon, ito yung mga kailangang bayaran tulad ng mga buwis, tax-free. And Section 62, employment of Filipinos. A contractor shall give preference to Filipino citizens in all types of mining employment within the country insofar as such citizens are qualified to perform the corresponding work within reasonable efficiency and without hazard to safety of the operation. Ang ibig sabihin nito ay magbigay ng kagustuhan sa mga mamamayang Pilipino sa lahat ng uri ng pagtatrabaho sa pagmimina sa loob ng bansa kung ang mga mamamayan ay kwalipikado upang maisagawa ang nararapat na trabaho na may makatuwiring kahusayan at walang panganib sa kaligtasan ng mga operasyon. And the contractor, however, shall not be hindered from hiring employees of his own selection, subject to the provision of Commonwealth Act Number 613 as amended for technical and specialized work require highly specialized training or long experience in, provided that in no case shall its employment exceed 5 years or the payback period and represented in original project study, whichever is longer, provided further that each foreigner employed as mine manager, vice president for operation, or in a equivalent managerial position in charge of mining, quarrying, or drilling operation. E. Present evidence of this qualification of work experience. Ibig sabihin, katibayan ng kanyang kwalifikasyon at karanasan sa trabaho. And B. Shall pass the appropriate government licensure examination. At ibig sabihin, makakapasa sa naangkop na pagsusuri sa paglilisensya ng gobyerno o sa mga espesyal na kaso maaring pahintulutan ng. And C. In special cases may be permitted to work by the director for a period not exceeding 1 year, provided however that if reciprocal privilege and extended to Filipino nationals in the country of domicile, the director may grant waivers or exemptions. And safety and environmental protection. Section 63. Mine safety and environment protection. All contractors or permittees shall strictly comply with all the mine safety rules and regulation may be promulgated by the Secretary concerning the safe and sanitary upkeep of the mining operation and achieve waste-free and efficient mine development. Personnel of the department involved in the implementation of mine safety, health and environment rules and regulations shall be covered under Republic Act Number 7305. Ibig sabihin, ang mga kontraktor daw ay dapat marunong sila sa mga safety rules and sa mga regulation para sa safety sa mining. At ang mga kontraktor daw ay dapat silang sumunod sa mga patakaran at mga regulation sa kaligtasan ng mga mina na maaaring ipalabas ng kalihim hingil sa ligtas at kalinisan ng pangangalaga ng mga operasyon at pag-unlad ng pagmimina. And Section 64. Mine labor. No person under 16 years old of age shall be employed in any phase of mining operations, and no person under 18 years old of age shall be employed underground in a mine. So, ibig sabihin, bawal ang 16 years old pa, dapat 18 pataas, and dili gid pwede nga na ay 18 paubos. And Section 65. Mine supervision. All mining and quarrying operation that employ more than 50 workers shall have at least one licensed mining engineer with at least 5 years of experience in mining operation and one registered foreman. And Section 66, Mine inspection, the regional director shall have exclusive jurisdiction over the safety inspection of all installation surface underground in mining operation at reasonable hours of the day or night and as much as possible in a manner that will not impede in or obstruct work in progress of the contractor of permit. And Section 67, Power to issue orders. The Mines Regional Director shall, in consultation with the Environmental Management Bureau or within such time as specified in this order, required the contractor to remedy any practice connected with mining or quarrying operation. Section 68, Report of Accident. So, dapat kapag may aksidente, dapat talagang i-report sa kadtong person nga na in charge of ani nga operation sa parehas gyapon nga kuan sa regional office ya mo report kahit anong uri ng aksidente, sanhi o paglikha ng panganib ng pagkawala ng buhay o malubhang pisikal na pinsala. So ang katong tao nga namahala ani nga operasyon, siya gid ang dapat nga mo report dito sa mga rehiyon na tanggapan kung saan nakalagay ang mga operasyon. Section 69, Environmental Protection. Every contractor shall undertake an environmental protection and enhancement program covering the period of the mineral agreement or permit. So ito yung mga protection sa kapaligiran at mga programa ng pagpapahusay na sumasaklaw sa panahon ng kasunduan o permit ng mineral. Section 70, Environmental Impact Assessment, EIA, except during the exploration period of a mineral agreement or financial or technical assistance agreement or exploration permit, an environmental clearance certificate shall be required based on an environmental impact assessment and procedure under the Philippine Environmental Impact Assessment System, including the Section 28 and Section 27 of the Local Government Code of 1991, which require national agencies to maintain ecological balance and prior consultation with the local government units, non-government and people organization, and other concerned sectors of the community, provided that a complete ecological profile of the proposed mining area shall also constitute part of the environmental impact assessment. People's organizations and non-governmental organizations shall be allowed and encouraged. And Section 71, Rehabilitation. So ang rehabilitation, ang mga kontratista at permiso ay dapat na muling ibalik sa technical at biological ang mga nahukay na mine, mga tailings, nasakop at nabalisa mga lugar sa kondisyon ng kaligtasan sa kapaligiran na maaaring ibigay sa pagpapatupad ng mga patakaran at regulasyon ng batas na ito. Ang isang pondo na para sa rehabilitasyon ng minahan ay lilikha batay sa naaprobahang programa sa pagtatrabaho ng kontratista. And Chapter 11, Auxiliary Mining Rights. Section 72, Timber Rights. Any provision of law to the contrary notwithstanding, and contractor may be granted a right to cut trees or timber within his mining areas and may be necessary for his mining operation subject to forestry laws, rules, and regulations. So ito yung mga karapatan sa kahoy ng anumang provision ng batas na salungat sa kabila nito, ang isang kontratista ay maaaring bigyan ng karapatang magputol ng mga puno o troso sa loob ng kanyang lugar ng pagmimina o kinakailangang para sa kanyang pagpapatakbo sa pagmimina. Napapailalim sa mga batas sa kagubatan alin tuntunin at regulasyon ibinigay kung saklaw ng lupa sa pamamagitan ng lugar ng pagmimina ay sakop na ng mga mayroon ng mga konsesyon ng troso, ang dami ng kahoy na kinakailangan at ang paraan ng paggupit at pag-alis nito ay tutukuyin ng direktor ng panrehiyon mga mina. Section 73, Water Rights. A contractor shall have water rights for mining operation upon approval of application with the appropriate government agency in accordance with existing water laws, rules, and regulations promulgate thereunder, provided that water rights already granted or vested through long use, recognized and acknowledged by local customs, laws, and decisions of courts shall not thereby the impaired. So, ang ibig sabihin, ang kontraktor ay meron siyang karapatan sa tubig para sa iyang mining operations basta gi-aprobahan na sa gobyerno. Pero dapat din nating kontrolin ang paggamit ng tubig sa mining dahil para maiwasan ang mga monopolyo ng paggamit nito. And Section 74, right to possess explosives. A contractor exploration permittee have the right to possess and use explosive within his contract permit area and may be necessary for his mining operation upon approval of an application with the appropriate government agency in accordance with existing laws, rules, and regulations promulgate thereunder, provided that the government reserves the right to regulate and control the explosive accessories to ensure safety mining operations. Section 75, Easement Right. When mining areas are so situated that for purpose of more convenient mining operation it is necessary to build, construct, or install on the mining area or lands owned, occupied, or leased by other persons such infrastructure as roads, railroads, mills, waste dumps, sites, tailings ponds, warehouse, staging or storage areas and port facilities, tramways, runways, airports, electric, transmission, telephone or telegraph lines, dams, under normal flood and catchment areas, sites for water wells, ditches, canals, new river beds, pipelines, plums, cuts, shops, tunnels, or mills. The contractor, upon payment or just compensation, shall be entitled to enter and occupy said mining areas or land. And for Section 76, entry into private lands and concession areas, subject to prior notification, holders of mining rights shall not be prevented from entry into private lands and concessions areas by surface owners, occupants, or concessionaires when conducting mining operation therein, provided that any damage done to the property of the surface owner, occupants of, or concessionaire as a consequence of such operation shall be properly compensated as may be provided for in the implementing rules and regulation provided. So, ito yung mga pagpasok sa pribadong lupa at mga konsesyong lugar na napapailalim sa paunang pag-abiso. Ang mga may-ari ng mga karapatan sa pagmimina ay hindi maiwasan mula sa pagpasok sa mga pribadong lupa at mga lugar ng konsesyon ng mga may-ari. Section 77, Panel of Arbitrators. There shall be a panel of arbitrators in the regional office of the department composed of 3 members, 2 of whom must be members of the Philippine Bar of Good Standing, one a licensed mining engineer or a professional or a related field. Section 78, Affiliate Jurisdiction. The decision of order of the panel of arbitrators may be appealed by the party not satisfied thereto to the Mines Adjudication Board within 15 days from receipt thereof, which must decide the case within 30 days from submission for decision. Section 79, Mines Adjudication Board. Chapter 14. Section 80, Government Share in Mineral Production Sharing Agreement. The total government share in a mineral production sharing agreement shall be the excise tax on mineral products as provided in Republic Act number 7729, amending Section 151 of the National Internal Revenue Codes as amended. Section 81, Government Share in Other Mineral Agreements. The share of the government in co-product and joint venture agreements shall be negotiated by the government and the contractor, taking to consideration like capital investment of the project, risk involved, contribution of the project to the economy, and other factors that will provide for after and equitable sharing between the government and the contractor. Section 82, allocation of government share. The government share, as referred to in the preceding sections, shall be shared and allocated in accordance with Section 290 and 292 of Republic Act number 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, in case the development and utilization of mineral resources in undertaken by the government owned or controlled corporation, the sharing and allocation shall be in accordance with Section 291 and 292 of the said code. And in Chapter 14, Section 83, Income Taxes. After the lapse of the income tax holiday as provided for in the Omnibus Investment Code, the contractor shall be liable to pay income tax and provided in the National Internal Revenue Code as amended. So ito yung mga buwis sa kita matapos ang pagkawala ng holiday tax ng kita na itinadhana sa Omnibus Investments Code. Mananagot ang kontratista na magbayad ng buwis sa kita tulad ng nakalagay sa National Internal Revenue Code na susugan. Section 84, Excise Tax on Mineral Products. The contractor shall be liable to pay the excise tax on mineral products as provided for under Section 151 of the National Internal Revenue Code. So ito yung mga excise tax sa mga produktong mineral. Mananagot ang kontratista na bayaran ang excise tax sa mga produktong mineral na itinadhana sa ilalim ng Section 151 ng National Internal Revenue Code, gayon man sa ibinigay hingil sa mga kasunduan sa pagbabahagi ng produksyon ng mineral. Ang excise tax sa mga produktong mineral ay magiging bahagi ng gobyerno sa ilalim ng nasabing kasunduan. And for Section 85, Mine Waste and Tailing Space. A semi-annual fee to be known as Mine Waste and Tailing fee is hereby imposed on all operating mining companies in accordance with the implementing rules and regulation. The Mine Waste and Tailings fee shall accrue to a reserve fund to be used exclusive for payment for the damage. E. Lives and personal safety. B. Land, agricultural crops and forest product, marine life and aquatic resources, cultural resources and infrastructure, and the revegetation and the rehabilitation of silted farm lands and other areas devoted to agriculture and fishing caused by mining pollution. So, ito yung mga taunang bayarin na makikilala bilang mga basura ng minahan at bayad sa tailings ay ipinataw dito sa lahat ng mga operating mining company. Alinsunod sa mga pagpapatupad ng mga patakaran at regulation, ang mga pag-aaksaya ng mina at tailings fee ay makakaipon sa isang pundo ng reserba upang magamit ng eksklusibo para sa pagbabayad para sa mga pinsala. So, ito yung mga cost sa mga pagmimina. And for Section 86, occupation fees, there shall be collected from any holder of a mineral agreement, financial or technical assistance agreement, or exploration permit on public or private lands, an annual occupation fee in accordance with the following schedule.